Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have not only this makeup look for you guys, but also a daytime makeup look, because today I am doing a day to night kind of a makeup look. So I'm showing how you can transform a day look into a night look, and I'm specifically in the day look using the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette, and this is actually a small petite version of the original Naked Heat palette, which is right here. This was actually my favorite palette of last year, and I'm still loving it this year. And I don't know whether you guys remember, but last year I actually did 3 looks using that one palette, and Urban Decay actually asked if I would like to partner up on a video showing you guys how to do a day to night look using both of these palettes. And I was like, hell yeah, because I love the Naked Heat palettes, including this cute little Naked Petite Heat. I love that it's small enough to like pop into your handbag and you can like touch up during the day, and it's got a really nice range of colors in here. You've got like your really light kind of highlight shades all the way down to this shade right here, which is called Strike, and here you can create like a full on smoky eye as well. So although I've used the Naked Petite Heat palette as my daytime eyeshadow palette, I actually used a couple of shades from here to create this kind of more nighttime smoky look. But another thing that I did want to mention to you guys is I'm actually doing 2 meetups with Urban Decay. One is on the 3rd of April in London, and that's going to be at the Urban Decay Stratford store. All of the details will be below, but the second meetup is going to be on the next day, which is the 4th of April, and that's going to be in Liverpool. And I've never been to Liverpool before, so I'm so excited to meet you guys, and of course give you guys loads of big hugs, because the last time I did a meetup with them was last year, and I loved every single second of it, and I loved meeting every single one of you, so I can't wait to do that all over again, and it's coming up very soon, so make sure you check out all of the details in the info box. But now that that is all out of the way, if you would like to see a day to night look using the Naked Petite Heat palette, petite like me because good things come in small packages, if you would like to see that, then please keep watching. So for moisturizer, I'm using the Rehab Makeup Prep. This is super lightweight on the skin. I'm just getting a good amount of this all over and then just blending it into my face. And then I am going to let this sit for a couple of minutes just so that it's nice and soaked into my face before going on with primer. And for primer, I actually love using my all-nighter. So I like to spray this all over my face and make sure that it's like nicely pushed into my skin, ready for the foundation. And for foundation, I'm using none other than my all-nighter. This is in the shade 5.0. And then I'm also adding a couple of drops of the Drop Shot in there. This is like a facial oil, and this is just going to give a slight luminosity to it. And this is quite a matte foundation, but I just wanted to add like a little bit of glow, and I love doing this when I just feel like I want to have that kind of glow to my foundation rather than mixing like different foundations together. So I'm just pressing all of this into my skin and making sure it's all nice and blended out. And I love this foundation. You guys know that I've been using this for years, pretty much ever since it launched, and I just love the way that this lasts on my nose, because generally other foundations can tend to slip and slide there. So depending on how much time I have in the morning, I do like to go in with a cream contour. So this is the Naked Shapeshifter palette, and I'm taking the cream contour shade right there and then just pressing that into the areas where I just want to kind of add some shadow. So this generally just kind of my cheekbone area, around my hairline, and then also my jawline and slightly on the sides of my nose. And I just love the ashy tone to this. You guys know I love an ashy contour, but I just love the way that this melts into my skin. As you can see, it just looks so like melted in the skin, and oh, I really hope they come out with this in like a single pan, because I would be all over it. I'm just taking the all-nighter concealer and I'm popping that on to the usual areas. This is very full coverage, so you don't need that much. A little bit does go a long way, but I love a good bright under eye, so that's why I went with quite a few shades lighter. And then I'm also setting it in place with that same Shapeshifter palette, and this is the kind of banana shade to just set all the areas where we applied the concealer before going in and setting all the areas with the contour. So I'm taking this shade and I'm mixing them together and just applying that on to the areas where we applied the cream contour, and this is just going to set everything and just add some warmth back into our skin. So if you don't like cream contouring on like a day-to-day, especially in the daytime, then you can just go in with the bronzer. Here I'm taking the Beach bronzer, one of my favorite bronzers of all time, and I'm just taking this on to the areas where we basically contoured. This is just an extra step that I added because I do like looking nice and bronzed in the day. And then very quickly I've just filled my brows in off camera before moving on to my eyes. Here I'm taking the Naked Petite Heat. It's so cute and it's so small, but I just love the tones in this palette. It's such a travel friendly palette. You've got everything in there to create like a really daytime eye, which is what I'm doing, or a very dramatic smoky eye. I've taken the shade Inhale and I've popped that onto my brow bone and the inner corners of my eyes to add some highlight before taking the shade Hot Spell. I love the names of all the eyeshadows that Urban Decay come out with. I always have this secret need or want to like name them one time. That'd be so cool. But I'm just applying this shade only all over my eyelid and really blending that out. I'm building the color up, and this basically just adds a wash of color to your eyelids without doing anything too dramatic. I'm just intensifying the highlight just there. I totally forgot that I didn't sort my cheeks out. I didn't finish them. So I'm taking Fetish, which is an Urban Decay blush, and I'm popping that onto the apples of my cheeks. If you watch my recent video, you'll know that I'm currently just loving this. And then for the highlight, I'm taking the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne Beauty Beam palette, and I'm taking the middle and this shade, not the bronze shade, but I'm adding those two together and popping that on to the high points of my cheekbones. And as you can see, it's very, very creamy and very intense. I'm doing the exact same thing on to the other cheek as well, making sure I'm really happy with that kind of level of highlight. Then I'm taking the bronzy shade and I'm basically marrying the highlight with the bronzer. I love doing this, especially with this palette. It just works so beautifully and everything's melted into the skin. Taking my Perversion mascara, I'm adding that to my top lashes. I'm kind of going for like a top lashes only look. I love doing this on the days where I want to feel glam, but like still like daytime, if you know what I mean. So I pop this on to my top lashes, and then I am lining my lips with a Nighthawk lip liner. It's a really stunning like brownie mauve shade before going in with probably my favorite lip color ever, and this is Back Talk from Urban Decay. So I'm popping this onto my lips. But if you're like me and you love a good liquid lipstick, they do also have this in a liquid lipstick form, which is always in my handbag. And I'm just putting this on. By the way, they're bringing out a Back Talk collection. I cannot wait. Here I've just very quickly popped some lashes on. And I kind of felt like I wanted to do something a little extra. So I'm taking the shade Stoke, which is the darkest shade in this palette. And I'm basically creating like a eyeshadow wing rather than doing like a full-on winged liner. I find that doing it with an eyeshadow just makes it look really soft. And it looks really nice for a daytime kind of look. And then the last step is to set. And of course, it is the all-nighter all the way. I cannot do my makeup without this. And this, you guys, is the final daytime look. Something very soft, still very warm, but still a really super wearable daytime look. And now we're going to move on to the steps that I take to make this look more of a nighttime look. So here I'm just adding a little bit more coverage where I feel like I want to just amp it up. If you feel like your base only needs a bit of powdering, then go ahead and do that, but I love personally doing this. Then I'm taking some more of my Beach bronzer and I'm bronzing up the face. I love a good bronzed kind of look, especially for nighttime. I feel like it looks really nice in any pictures that you take as well, and it just makes it look like you've like made more effort with your makeup without actually having to do anything. What I like to do is just like go over my base and make sure like I'm happy with the way it's kind of looking and adding things where I feel like it needs adding. And of course, for a nighttime look, you can go a little bit ham on the highlighter, and I love doing that. So I'm just adding a little bit extra on the tops of my eyebrows just to make it nice and glowy there. I'm taking the 24/7 Glide On eyeliner in the shade Zero, which is a really stunning black. I couldn't find my Perversion eyeliner for the life of me. That's my favorite because it's super jet black, but I'm running that along my lower lash line and also kind of smudging it out. And then I'm taking the darkest shade in the Naked Heat Petite palette and I'm basically smoking that out. You could actually leave this look at this because it has really transformed the look by just smoking out the lower lash line, because you've already got the lashes there, you've got the highlighted and bronzed skin. You can really leave it as there, but I am going to go a little bit extra. So I'm taking the shade Ashes from the original Naked Heat palette and I'm basically packing that color onto my eyelids, and I'm basically just adding enough eyeshadow to kind of make me feel like it's looking nice and smoky. So I've done one eye and I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye before taking the shade He Devil. And I'm taking that and putting that into the crease and just blending all of that out. And this just is going to add a bit more warmth because it is a more kind of red tone. And then I'm taking this heavy metal glitter eyeliner. I will leave all of like the shade names and everything in the info box below, but I'm basically doing like a fake cut crease with this. So I like to start from the middle first and just kind of map out the shape that I want, and then I'm just flicking it out like you can see here on the outer corners of both of my eyes. And once I'm happy with the way that's looking, I actually join it up into my kind of like inner corner. So it's kind of like a really beautiful thin line of glitter from your inner corner of your eye going all the way out. And then last few steps are just to add some mascara to my lower lashes. So I'm just taking the same Perversion mascara and getting that onto my lower lashes because I like for like, especially when I've got like a smoky lower lash line, I like my lashes to be really nice and coated. And then just taking a little bit more back top liquid lip and just kind of refreshing that up before we move on to our final step, which is to lock everything in place, and that is using none other than the All Nighter setting spray. And I'm just going to spray a good few spritz of this onto my face, and that is the end of the nighttime makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved creating it. Thank you to Urban Decay for partnering up with me, and of course for helping me organize 2 meet and greets. All the info is going to be in the info box below. I do really hope you guys can make it because I can't wait to see you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!